Since the 1960s, pretty much everybody has heard of the upcoming age of Aquarius. This sense of an entire age or period of history being assigned to the influence of a particular sign has to do with what is referred to as the precession of equinoxes. This precession describes a constellation of stars directly behind the sun on the very first day of the spring equinox, and their projected movement through the signs of the zodiac. It takes approximately 2,160 years for this precession to move through one complete sign. It takes 25,820 years to completely go through one full cycle of the zodiac. The gradual pace of this precession inevitably impacts the course of the whole civilization far more than the rise and fall of individuals. The period of the past 2,000 years or so has been designated the Piscean Age. The symbol for Pisces are two fish swimming in opposite directions. This Piscean symbolism has been related to the expression of Christianity for the past 2,000 years. Early Christians used the symbol of the fish as an emblem of their secret faith. Jesus walked on the sea and was referred to as a fisher of men. In the Piscean era, the Christian religion involved a Neptunian quality of mystical faith and surrender. This is best symbolized by Jesus' test of faith and subsequent surrender in the Garden of Gethsemane, leading to his crucifixion and the Neptunian transcendence of physical law with his resurrection. The fact that our modern earthly society in the last portion of the Piscean age shows a lack of this kind of Neptunian, Piscean mystical faith and surrender. But this can also be due to the fact that everything at this level of manifestation appears as a duality. Opposite to the sign of Pisces is the sign Virgo, which represents the analytical mind and practical technical capabilities. A duality between the influence of these two signs has been the theme of the past 2 millennia. A good example of this duality is shown in the opposing views of how life originated on Earth. The evolutionists championed Darwin's survival of the fittest and a more material, rational explanation for evolution versus the creationists who believe in the literal word of God, that God created everything in 7 days. The symbol of the Pisces and Virgo age has shown that people tend to occupy one or the other, period. Either they are faith-dependent and refuting concrete practical law, or they were strictly rational and identifying materially and refuting the possibility of any reality beyond what can be objectively known and verified. This shift from an earlier era of faith and surrender to the present division between religion and government, as well as the acceptance of what technology can provide for the betterment of humanity, reveals the persistent separation between Pisces and Virgo. You could say that experiencing the conflict of duality seems to be a predictable part of life at this plane of existence. An obvious resolution to this Pisces-Virgo duality is the ability to be able to embrace and integrate both realities. But this would actually mean accepting that there is a concrete logical basis to life, as well as a clear requirement for some kind of mystical intervention. The ability to accept both views will characterize the qualities of the coming Aquarian age. It's going to steer in a new universal religion based on experience rather than solely on faith. There is a current teaching that the coming new age will marry science and religion. This would represent the integration of the energies released in the past Piscean-Virgo era. There are presently individuals using scientific inquiry to examine age-old mystical practices. Science itself has crossed the threshold into mysticism with its investigation of quantum physics, even if you haven't heard of it yet. Aquarius is the sign related to the experience of group consciousness and the universal union of humanity as a whole. And since Aquarius is ruled by the planet Uranus, the planet of freedom and sudden change can happen out of the blue, which you don't expect. So what do you think is going to happen?